as these financiers use their influence to lobby for positions and contracts for themselves and their cronies. As a result, they compromise their integrity and accountability for the benefit of financiers. The phenomenon indeed corrupts the democratic principle of one man or one person, one vote into one donor, one influence. On the other hand, those that are self-financed may also prioritize their individual parochial gains over national interests in order to either pay back their loans or recoup their lost savings. The next effect is it raises serious national interest and national security concerns as leaders tend to be subservient to their funders, particularly from abroad. So somebody has given you money from abroad, and you must always kowtow to the whims and caprices of that. So you can just imagine, Chinese people were the Chinese government was going about giving assistance without even conditionalities. So you are looking for power, you go there and say, look, we will assist you. We are not even demanding any conditionality. We will assist you. Once you win election, there is a tendency that you would mortgage the entire interest of the nation to the people of China. You become subservient to their leaders. Furthermore, infiltration, it leads to infiltration of illicit and criminal money. Indeed, the country Ghana now faces the threat of a possible blacklist by the European Union over money laundering charges. People are bringing monies from everywhere just to be able to support political parties or candidates. And in so doing, we are encouraging money laundering. Also, political vigilantism and electoral violence are consequences of monetization, as financiers who have invested heavily in elections may use every possible means to win. Thus, the overriding impact of monetization on governance is the persistent rise in violence, high levels of unemployment, poverty and income inequality, poor public service delivery, and less accountable government. In fact, money politics makes it possible for electoral outcomes to reflect makes it impossible for electoral outcomes to reflect the popular will and therefore cannot guarantee democracy, accountability, and good governance. The last point is this. It raises the cost of political campaign to the point of excluding prospective political leaders who only have modest financial resources. I mean, there are so many people telling me, you have to contest elections. You have to contest elections. You have to contest. I've had people from NDC coming to me, go and contest. I've had people from NPP coming to me, go and contest. And I tell them that I can't do partisan politics. I always want to toe the middle line. But apart from that, the other reason is I'm a teacher, always going on strike over money. Where am I going to raise the resources? Regardless of, you see, I believe in serving, and every position I occupied in society of service, I serve my people. There's evidence to show. I believe in killing myself for whatever is entrusted in me. But we are in a country where you have to pay to be able to go and serve. And if I am a servant, I don't see why I should pay to serve. And I don't also have the resources. So you can be the best person to help transform Ghana from its current state to a better state. If you don't have money, forget it. So because of that, people who can serve, they can't. People who cannot serve and they have the money, they are the ones there. And they absolutely have no clue as to how to do things. Today they are telling us that IMF has appointed somebody to go and teach the Bank of Ghana people how they should do their work. And we say we have the men. The last time I was saying, see, there are certain things you believe in, but you don't want to say it in public. I've said it somewhere that the way things are going, if we don't take care, we have to outsource the entire governance of the country to some people elsewhere. Say, no, you're a political scientist, you don't have to say this. But if we have allowed this to go on, and now IMF is going to tell us what to do and what not to do, then what business have we been in governance? So proposal to deal with monetization include the fact that we should have public fund of political parties, deal with poverty and underdevelopment. There should be party ownership beyond sentimental attachment to political parties. A situation where people are saying, we are in this people, we are people, but when they say pay money, just one cedi a month, we say we won't pay. It doesn't breed ownership of the party. When we need people to go and fight, people are there, but pay 50 pesos a month, you don't want to pay. It's not good. You have to stop that. There should also be proper regulation of political parties by the Electoral Commission so that the Electoral Commission will be able to know the sources of funding of political parties and where they are running afar of our electoral laws in terms of where they raise money. The Electoral Commission can say, no, you can't do that. We should also deal with the challenge of deficits in public education. You see, it is not in the interest of the political elites to bring about an enlightened citizenry. They don't like it. But one of the developmental challenges of a developing country is that we tend to have an unenlightened citizenry. The people, they don't know. Look, this debt exchange program and bondholders, you see, people are not agitating enough because even those who are enlightened, quote unquote enlightened, and have taken their monies there, they don't even understand what is going on. We have a lot of ignorance in the body politic, and you need a resourced NCCE to be able to deal with the deficits in public and in civic education. But NCCE, from time of creation up to now, is always broke. And no politician is truly interested in resourcing them. Because if you resource them, they will become proactive in dealing with public ignorance. And if public ignorance is dealt with, they will take politicians on. And they don't like that. So, you see, let us not be here and talk, and go. Let us go out there to make quality noises about some of these things with the view to bringing politicians or keeping them on their toes and demanding that they do the right thing. So monetization is a clear threat to the survival of multi-party democracy in Ghana and the expression of sovereign will of the people in any major electoral contestation and the quest to tackle corruption for the purposes of promoting development. The earlier we enforce the laws against it and implemented other proposals aimed at minimizing this phenomenon to the barest minimum, the better for all of us. The talking and discussions about vote buying have been enough. Let all of us move away from being a NATO people, NATO country. No action, talk only. NATO, no action, talk only. Let us move away from being a NATO country and push for something to be done about this phenomenon in our quest to safeguard our democratic practice and in our quest for development. I thank you very much for your attention.